Good day. Hope you're well. Welcome back, and welcome to War 2 of the Vishanti Masters push in Season 52. Today we're taking on DD13, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. Let's go. All right, first up, we got this Mephisto at the beginning of Path 2, and we've got Void, Sandman, and Hulkling in today, taking this Mephisto, of course, with Void. Classic matchup. We've been doing this for years and years. Not a ton on this node that I need to worry about. I am waiting until I get buffs up to parry because it's effectively like a built-in limber. For every time you parry, if you don't have a buff up, your stuns will be reduced, but we honestly don't care that much. We're just doing the low and slow thing, letting our debuffs build up, doing void things, baiting special ones, retaliating. As you can see, we've got Resonate up, and in last video, we talked about the defensive tactic. We talked about the regen, we talked about the power gain, we talked about the miss. Well, in this video, let's talk about the attack tactic. So the counter to it is you have champs in the pool that either apply a heal block, or that's what we did with Viv last war. In this case, you want to apply 5 debuffs. And when you apply 5 debuffs of any type, you will get a passive heal block, as you see there, which will act the same way. It will stop the healing, it will slow down the power gain, and it will prevent the miss. So it's pretty good. The problem with this tactic really is, as you see that Void going down there, or the Mephisto going down, in the attack pool, you have a lot of champions that don't apply natural debuffs very well or easily. And so, you know, in tier 1, of course, we've unlocked Resonate. We're moving on to this Kushala. Again, not a ton here. I do need to be cognizant that her attack is going to go up for each debuff I apply to her. But Void's Incinerate immune. There's not a ton of risk in this fight. And again, we're just looking to go low and slow, get our heal blocks up, and mitigate the power gain in the miss. Just chip her down. In the attack pool, it's very limited. There are some champs that are very, very good. And of course, we're seeing them banned consistently. Someone like Luke Cage, Spidey 2099, Silk. You're not really seeing those champs. Lady Deathstrike, as I take a special one to the face. Thank God for that Incinerate immunity. But it makes it tough. You know, champs like Shocker are attack tactic, but the only way he really applies a debuff is if you break a synergy in there with Starkey or Silk. Of course, Silk's never going to be seen in these next 2 war seasons, so really cool to have her in the pool when you can't use her at all. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. We're going to talk through some of these wars and fights and stuff like that. But Void's a great option. Unfortunately, you can't reverse power or regen, which is kind of a bummer in this tactic. But at the same time, Void does Void things. He's got a massive health pool. He does the damage over time. You can legitimately just sit back and watch your opponents tick away, and that Kushala's done. All right, moving to the backside of 9, we got our first Sandman appearance this season. You're going to see a fair amount of him. Decent tactic attack champ. And here we got this Mango. Power Focus 2. Obviously, the desired goal is to get me to push him to Special 2, take a bunch of block damage. You know, hopefully he goes unblockable, but we know how to counter that. We're not going to do full combos, and we're going to go ahead and tank some of that block damage anyway. So Sandy does well here. He's double immune. We don't have a ton to worry about. He's a little sketch with the tactic, just because, again, you can't regen reverse, so that sucks. And it can be tough to keep that passive heal block up at times. Really got to be special spamming and be aggressive, but you can't always do that, so it's a little annoying. But you're going to see Sandman very safe in this fight. We're mitigating that ability power rate. We're tanking special 2s in the block. And we're just going to low and slow, similar to Void, chip this guy down. Forgive my flubby verbiage. You know how it goes. Now, I'm sure there's a way to do this better. I have been getting better with Sandman through the tactic. I took him to rank 2 for this season. I know I should be weaving heavies in at points in time to get some burst damage. It's tough to do that though and keep the passive heal block up. So I need to get better about my specific timing. Probably need to watch my boy Egg do some work. He's a Sandman pro, so you know how it is. but we're chipping. He's a big boy. He's a beefcake we gotta deal with. We're just gonna wait this unblockable out. Let him get through his 10 things. Do some corner dancing, why not? I think we're gonna intercept him with a special there, which cuts the unstoppable. Yes sir, we do. And again, away we chip. Slowly but surely. We've reset the whole cycle now. So we just keep going. We can push him to the special 2 without any worries about unblockable. Keep spamming those special 1s, baby. Keep that heal block up. We will also be taking a boss with Sandman in this war. That's going to be a fun one. Can't wait for you guys to see that. And there he is. Mango Man is toast. Now moving on. Initially I was going to Sandman this arcade, but some of the officers in my alliance talked me into some better choices, and so we're just going to go in and do Hulkling things. As with most Hulkling matches, you want to go ahead and throw your power backs on. That's exactly what we're going to do here. Glad that this arcade is unduped. Makes my life a lot easier so I don't have to worry about the steadfast. And all in all, this is a straightforward Hulkling fight. Get to special 2, cycle special 2s, don't get smacked in the face, you should be okay. That's one eye open, so you see I kind of did a little boo-boo there. Parry him, take some damage back, but I get my opening. I probably should have just used my unblockables to create my openings, which maybe I do. Do I? No, I think I interrupt his heavy. Waiting out the bleed phase before I go do some damage. Yeah, I did interrupt his heavy. That makes sense. And we're gonna go for it. And you're gonna see just how awesome Hulkling is. Done. Now to the first of our 3 minis. We got this Mordo sitting over here on 37 to regen node. And Sandman's basically perfect for this fight. Very safe, very low and slow. I'm not gonna have to worry about any real regen. Gonna be able to keep that heal block up. Gonna be able to keep petrifies up. And yeah, it's really just beating down a big rank 3 Mordo, which I'm fairly jealous of because I would love a rank 3 Mordo. I bet he crushes when you use him on attack. We go PS1, want to get that heal block up ASAP because this is the node that builds regens. So we want to be able to just go in, be super aggressive from the beginning and not have to worry about anything else going on. So go ahead and get stand your grounded up front because why not? Let's do the thing. Mordo is a little funky in this meta because those of you who have been fighting Mordo for a long time know that he has some weird AI and he has power gain up. And since this tactic provides a power gain, he can get a little weird when you have power gain up. So this is kind of how I've worked in my Sandman heavies now, as instead of throwing my last heavy, I throw 3 heavies and then I combo into my special 1 to get the heal block back up. So I might ask Egg to watch this and see if I'm doing that the right way, because you know, I just want to make sure I put myself in position to be successful. There we are. There's that Mordo AI. All right, I'm just waiting it out. Good thing we're keeping his ability power rate down. Again, this is a very safe fight. I mean, it's legitimately just block, get openings, find openings, smack him around, hit him and do things, get stand your grounded, but he doesn't care because he's power gained, so he's not going to attack. And we keep jamming. Almost there. This is the joy of Sandman fights, is I love fighting for, you know, 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time. It's just so good. So good. See, of course I get clipped there because, you know, why wouldn't I want to spend some potions? But it doesn't really matter because we're all about solos here. We don't care about potions. We'll do what we need to do. And that Mordo is down. Let's go. Right. Moving on to my second mini. Got this Photon here. This is the one that increases her power gain and will give her an unblockable special 2. You kind of presume Photon's going to be unblockable at given times throughout anyway, so I try not to put to the special too much, but we're gonna go on, do Hulkling things. You know, we got the power backs up, and even though she's a beefy Photon, we're gonna do the thing. We'll see how it goes. Can we have a deathless war in War 2? You saw the first one, 3 deaths, miserable. Here though, I think we'll be all right. I fight Photon a ton. This was before the SOS, so there was that, but you know, I play BGs, so I've had my share of Photon fights. Really just trying to get out of this, make sure I manage her charges, keep her at a pure light. Don't want to do anything dumb there. You saw what happened against Crossbones, or with Crossbones last war with her on 37. Ate a bunch of hits and whatnot, so I'm looking for a little bit of redemption here. I don't want to get smacked too much. Doing all right so far. She's only to 10, and we're getting there, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to end this out. Of course, she goes into pure light. Thankfully, she holds her block, and we just finish it. And that was much thinner than last time. And now, the big boy here. The rank 3 man things, you knew they were going to come out. Thankfully, we got a guidance boost on there. 1.1 million health man thing. And we're going to go ahead and go in and Sandman this. And because we're Sandmanning this, we're going to go ahead and do some smacking and show you the start of this fight. And then for the next 4 minutes and 10 seconds, we're going to go ahead and watch this on 400% speed, because this is one of the longest Alliance War fights I've ever done. And here we go. So, the premise of this fight is everything else you've seen Sandman. We bait specials, we throw specials, we keep heal blocks up, we occasionally try to weave in heavies. Again, this was early in the season, so I was not great with weaving my heavies in and doing that kind of stuff. Plus, you know, stand your ground's a thing, so I gotta be cautious. Get my decelerates up on that one, that's nice. But, I mean, you can see we're chipping along. He's over halfway down as we cross into halfway through the fight, so I'm doing okay. Looking at it, going, man, this is just the slowest fight ever. And I'm gonna be honest, people, it doesn't speed up. We keep jamming, and we're just chipping him down. I get a little frisky here near the end. I try to go get an intercept, I think, and get smacked in the face because I'm looking at the clock and going, man, we're getting under a minute. The pace is fine, but let's get this thing done. Drop some heavies. Oh, that's right. I dropped the special one into his block. I don't know how that happened, but there it is. He's down. And it was much closer than it needed to be, but as you see, we pull off the W versus DD13. That puts us at 2-0 on the season. And as always, shout out to our MVPs, Infinity Legacy. He's a crusher, man. And Dardar's been having a great couple seasons. GG's DD13, and until next time, peace.